What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here. Welcome to week 1 of building RueCatto. Now I am super excited to be starting this project, but anyway we're going to hop straight into it. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff, so let's hop straight into today's video. So I've kind of had this plan for a while now, and I did a bit of sketching a while ago of what I kind of wanted to have within this mock. So the black plates resemble the plates that I'm going to be using to build the mock or build the platform for this mock. So I'm going to be using 16 by 16 plates, as like I said in the previous video, I don't have enough space to display the entire mock, so I'm going to be building it in sections. So I've come up with a design that would allow me to use Technic pins and Technic bricks to allow me to take apart the mock very easily into small little sections, which will be really useful when it comes down to transporting it to places, as well as just storing it in general, so I don't have to have it all laid out somewhere where it's all going to just get in the way. So I decided to do a little bit more sketching and I came up with this. So this is a little bit more detailed, but it's still pretty basic. But like I stated in the last video, there are a few things that I wanted to include. So I want to try to do a little bit more plant life, so I've included some trees and stuff like that. Obviously it is a city, so it's not going to be much. But I also did want to include several vehicles as well. Now, one of these vehicles do include my modified Imperial TX130, as I thought it'd be a really cool idea to have it sort of patrolling in one of the larger areas that you see right here. Now, the only issue with this is that this sketch isn't to scale, so I have no idea if the TX130 will even fit within these buildings. Now, in order to see if a TX30 could fit, I decided to use 2 base plates and just scaled it down to the 5 sort of 16 by 16 plates along, as well as included the buildings to see if it would fit. And this is where I ran into an issue. The issue was it didn't fit. So the easiest solution to this problem was just to make it 16 plates longer, which is what I did, and here is the result. So here is my brick built kind of version of what I wanted. Now the yellow and the blue sort of squares outline the 16 by 16 base plates where they end and meet, and the red sort of outline the building, and the green symbolize where I'm going to put some kind of plant pots with some trees. Now the orange is also where some stairs will go, and I think you basically get the general idea. So due to time constraints with making this video, we're going to be building a small segment in this week's video just to kind of test, to see what works, to see what doesn't work, and then we'll continue on with the build next week. So we're going to be starting off with this segment here, so hopefully we should do alright, and we'll see how we get on. So here are all the little pieces that we're going to be using, or the basic kind of color palette. We've got the tan and white for the main bodies of the buildings, like in the first kind of build I did of this mock. We've also got the grey for the roofs as well as the roads, maybe a bit of medium nougat, as well as some trans yellow. But anyway, we're going to hop straight into a time lapse. There's not going to be any plants in this section, but there will be in next week's video. So now we're just going to hop straight into a time lapse. You guys can watch me build, and we'll see how we get on. And this is the mock finish. Now I'm going to give you guys a 360 so you guys can get a clear overall view, so you guys can see all the little details that this mock has to offer. Now if you have made it this far into the video, then I just want to say thank you so much, as it really does help me out. So if you do like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's episode where we continue to build more of this mock. Now we're just going to get into the overall review where I just run down all the little difficulties and issues I had with this mock. Now I'm really happy with how this mock turned out, and I'm super happy with how the Technic structure works. It's really well done. It's super sturdy as well. Now I used the border from when I did Pigeon Studios World Cup mock contest, as it allowed me to fit the Technic structure as well as include some bricks on top to make it sturdy. Now when it comes down to doing larger buildings that are sort of going over multiple segments, I'm going to do Technic bricks inside, so it allows me to pull them together and it makes it a lot more stronger and it keeps it all together when I'm displaying it. Now if you notice, this mock is a little bit different from the drawing. The building was a little bit shorter, but in order for me to get an exact kind of idea of the details that I wanted to include in this mock, I kind of had to make it taller. Now if you also noticed, I included some darker colours within the tan, just to make it look a little bit more run down. I also included a few crates that and plant pots that involve medium nougat, as well as that bag, which look really cool and also bring it a little bit more colour as well. Now if you're wondering why one of the walls are plain, one of the angles that I hope you will view it from isn't going to be the one that's plain. So the reason why it's plain is so that the viewing angle will be from a particular side, so you won't be able to see any of that plain wall, hopefully, in the full kind of display. Now the minifigures are also just temporary, which is why there's no chickens in this mock. It's just so that I can get an understanding of what it looks like, and just to show like the idea and get the idea across to you guys. Now I'm super happy with how this thing's turned out. I can't wait to build more, but you'll have to wait until next week as I'm really short on time for this video. So if you do like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video.